In this video, I'm talking about AI automation agency ideas and how much potential there is in building one of these particular ideas right now. If you don't know me yet, my name is Mitch. In the last 2 months, I've automated almost 80% of the marketing that I do for my pet care business. The pet care business does about $500,000 a year. I work on it less than 1 day per week. And the reason why is because I've automated so much of what I used to do. So this particular video, I'm going to dive in right now and we're going to talk about the different ideas that I have. And I'm going to show you some examples of how we can actually automate that behind the scenes. Now, what you'll quickly notice is that the only AI automation agency is the first one that I have here. Everything else is like your normal productized agency ideas, but behind the scenes where your clients will never know, a lot of that is fully automated with AI. And the techniques that I'm going to show you here have only been possible in these last few months. So stick around right through to the end and you'll get some really great ideas. The reason for creating this is because as I continue to build out every workflow that I have built for my pet care business, I always think just this one workflow alone out of 6 or 7 could be its own business in itself. So that's why I'm doing this, so I can give you a few ideas and I hope that somebody runs with it, because all of these ideas are easily multi-6-figure profit businesses. Over time, as you build them up and you begin to bring on a few employees to help, it would be such a great business to run. So the first one, of course, is AI automation and implementation agency. So this is the person that really understands AI. They understand how you can automate different workflows. They probably know a little bit of coding, developing, probably, or if they don't, then there's plenty of no-code tools like Make.com, Zapier, and Airtable, and so forth. There's a lot of businesses that could use this type of agency. However, the challenge that I see with this particular agency is that it's not really well known yet what can actually be automated. So you'd probably want to be creating YouTube videos and doing a lot of attraction-based marketing to get people to come to you by showing off what's possible. And if you're working with clients all the time, then all you need to do is just do a dummy setup of a client job that you did and just show them every single time you do one. And then people are going to say, oh, I want that too. And then you'll get people on board to become clients that way. So the pros of this one is it's new and in demand. Like I just said, though, most business owners aren't going to know what's possible yet. And you can also offer customized solutions for their specific business needs as well. So the cons, though, are you probably require a little bit of technical expertise. You probably require a bit of business process experience. So one big con, and I think this is the biggest one, is that some of the things that you do will quickly become outdated and make you irrelevant unless you're continuing to upskill as well. So there'll probably be at times you'll just finish building a client project for maybe like $10,000, but then all of a sudden this software comes out that's $50 a month that does the exact same thing you just automated. So you would have to think through that process of making sure that you take in the business IP of that particular business that you're working with and ensure that it's built exactly to their particular business and that no SaaS product can actually replicate it. And also the other big con here is that most tasks are probably going to be bespoke, meaning you are going to have to custom create and tailor everything for every single client, which means it's going to be a little bit harder to productize, which then means it's a little bit harder to scale. But it's definitely possible because there's going to be so much work for this over the coming years that it'll be worth it in the long run anyway. But what I realize is a lot of people are going to go to those types of AI and implementation agencies, whereas there's still a ton of chance for all of these other types of productized agencies and then just building your own automated AI system behind the scene so that you can maybe charge the same price as what everybody else is, but you would have maybe double or triple the profit because you'll have less employees, less team, and you'll be able to move through all of these clients much faster than anybody else has or can. So a podcasting editing agency, I think, would work really well. I have a friend actually who pays $4,000 a month to get 4 or 5 episodes edited per month, which is all of his summary notes, timestamps, titles, thumbnails, all of those normal things, getting them uploaded to the YouTube and to whatever his hosting platform is. But then also the video editing and a couple of short clips to go out as well. He's getting charged $4,000 a month just for that. The system that I built for my own podcast generates all of the content. So the summary notes, the promotional stuff, the timestamps, titles for less than $1. And then the graphics we just do in Canva with VA. It probably takes her less than an hour per month. So that's $10 per month. And then we have another VA in the Philippines who does each video for $20 to $30. So for those 4 or 5 episodes, my cost to do all of that is less than $100 or thereabouts. Whereas he's getting charged $4,000 for the exact same thing, which is totally mind blowing to me. But there's so much opportunity in that. Even if you charged $1,000 a month, you're probably still going to be way in front on 60, 70, 80% margins. So there's a huge opportunity here. How do we do it? I'm going to show you my particular workflow for podcasts. It's really simple. I'm going to run through it quickly. If you want a more in-depth look into this workflow, there'll be a playlist in the description. You can go and have a look at that. But simply all we do is we have this build out in Airtable where we add in the podcast name, the host name, guest name, the episode number, and then paste in the transcript to the full transcript of the episode here. Then we go create main assets, which create the summary outline. So this is the introduction, top 3 key takeaways and an outro. And then we create the middle section, what I call the middle section, which is your engagement timestamps. So what happens throughout the podcast that you want to talk about in your notes to get people interested in those particular bits. They're also great for chapters on YouTube as well. And any particular quotes that we can pull out and use in our promotional materials, and any notable resources mentioned. So like website, social media handles, any free giveaways and so forth, then it pulls out those things as well. We combine both of those into the one document, and then that becomes our show notes. Sure, we spend 5 minutes editing out stuff that we don't want in there, but it's a pretty fast process compared to doing all of it manually. But that's only step one. Then we've got the YouTube assets as well. So all of the YouTube titles, descriptions, the thumbnail titles get created here by AI almost automatically as well. Then we've got another button here for the promotional email, which writes an email to promote that particular podcast. And then we've got more here for social media. And we could use the same type of system for any of these. So for the pros of the podcast agency, podcasts are becoming more and more popular, continuing to be. The process can be largely automated, as I just showed you. And it's such an easy agency or an easy process that you could have it run by a team of VAs. You would just need a project manager, like / account manager. You would need a graphics person. You would need a video editor, and you'll need a copywriter, someone who can put it all together. That's it. That's all you need. And you could get all of those particular jobs for $10 an hour full time if you build up to that particular amount, or you could just do them on a contract per job basis while you're building up. It's so easy to do. One downside of this one is that for podcasters, there's a high turnover. So you'll probably lose clients often, unfortunately. The other one is also an advertising agency. And I've actually done this. I used to run a lot of ads for summits. So I created this website, Scale My Summit, because I had a bunch of clients that I would work with each year. And I started turning them away because there was quite a bit of a process to get it all started, and it wasn't really worth my time anymore. But now that I know that 4 or 5 hours of this can be totally automated, it's then worth it again for me. So once they sign up and pay, they would just come into this onboarding form, which is directly after they pay, complete this form in detail. And then what happens is it triggers an automation inside Airtable, which then writes all of the first drafts of the ad copy based on my templates, and it gets them right every single time. I've not had a problem yet where it's got it wrong. I do create 2 versions of each template, and then I might combine some stuff. But instead of me taking 2 to 3 hours to write the ad copy, it does it all fully automated for me. And then I've got to do 5, maybe 10 minutes of editing. Then I have my templates that I use in Canva and a VA to create all the templates based on their assets. Super easy to do, very hands off for me. And then there's so many other ideas that I have as well. So one for writing content. There's tons of content agencies out there, but you could have AI to do the first drafts and then have a few writers cleaning up those drafts and sending them back to the client and so forth, all powered by AI. A newsletter agency. So writing newsletters, there's so much demand out there. There's so many creators who don't know how to do email marketing. So helping them with their newsletters and their emails would also be a great one. Email copywriting for like promotions. I think that would be a great agency. You do it in more of a productized way where people just come, they order a 3, 5, 7, 10, 14-day sequence. And then you have different onboarding forms for each one, which automates most of those emails, and you come in, clean them up, and then send them back to the client. And then same with website copywriting as well. So you could have specific onboarding forms for different industries. So you might want to start with 3 or 4 different niches or industries and have specific onboarding forms for each, with prompts in the back end that are fully automating at least the first draft, and then you come in and clean it up. So these are just some of the ideas that we could go on forever. I know there's people doing SEO type ones as well, but there's so much opportunity out there now. And if you wanted to build a really cruisy business that made, 6 figures in profit, then these would be pretty much a sure thing. Of course, there's hard work to get it up and started. You've got to get clients, you got to do your marketing, you got to set up those processes. Every business is hard, but out of the different types of businesses I've seen, these are probably on the easier side compared to some of the others. So if you like this, leave a comment down below. Let me know which one you're going to start. And if you want to get the operations inside of what some of these are, there'll be a playlist in the description where you can go and watch through this entire workflow and get a few ideas so that you can begin building your own workflows and start bringing on clients to make some money as well. So hope this was insightful. Leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next video.